In today's digital landscape, we talk a lot about artificial intelligence, how it's transforming industries, reshaping workflows, and redefining what's possible for businesses of every size. But there's a truth that often gets overlooked in the excitement. AI is only as powerful as the data behind it. You can deploy the most advanced models, the most sophisticated co-pilots, and the most impressive automation tools. But if your data foundation is weak, fragmented, or outdated, the entire system collapses under its own weight. That's why in this episode, we're focusing on the real engine of the AI revolution, not the algorithms, not the platforms, but the strategic modernization of data. Right now, companies across the globe are racing to adopt intelligent technologies. They want predictive insights, real-time decisioning, and automated operations. They want to leap ahead. But here's the challenge. Most businesses are trying to build the future on top of yesterday's data. Legacy systems, siloed information, inconsistent formats, and outdated governance structures are holding them back. It's like trying to run a high-performance sports car on low-grade fuel. The ambition is there, the desire is there, but the foundation simply isn't ready. And that's the gap we're going to close today. Because the businesses that will lead the next decade aren't the ones with the biggest budgets or the flashiest AI tools. They're the ones that understand that data is a strategic asset, not an afterthought. They're the ones who recognize that modernization isn't a technical upgrade, it's a business transformation. So as we set the stage for this episode, I want you to think about one question. Is your data prepared to fuel the AI revolution, or is it quietly holding your organization back? Today, we're going to unpack what it takes to build a modern data foundation and why it's the single most important step in becoming an intelligent enterprise. If you've been listening to this podcast series and watching our live streams, webinars, or any of the video content that this series produces, you already know we're a huge believer in tools that make digital communications simple, professional, and reliable. And that's exactly why I use StreamYard and their advanced plan for everything I do: audio, video, live streaming, and on-air webinar sessions. StreamYard gives you a studio quality experience right in your browser. No downloads, no complicated setup, just clean, powerful production tools that let you focus on delivering your message. With the advanced plan, I get multi-streaming to multiple platforms, custom branding, local recordings, and the kind of stability you need when you're broadcasting to a global audience. It's the backbone of my digital workflow, and it's the reason my shows look and sound the way they do. If you're ready to elevate your podcast, live streams, webinars, or digital events, I highly recommend checking out StreamYard for yourself. Our referral link is in this episode's description, so take a look, explore the features, save a little money, and see why so many creators and professionals trust StreamYard to power their content. And now, let's get this episode started. The harsh reality. Most enterprise data is not AI ready. The truth is, most businesses dramatically overestimate the readiness of their data. They assume that because they've been collecting information for years, sometimes decades, that they're sitting on a gold mine. But when you peel back the layers, what you often find isn't a gold mine at all. It's a patchwork, a maze of disconnected systems, outdated databases, spreadsheets living on shared drives, and tribal knowledge that never made it into any system at all. This is the silent barrier that stops AI initiatives before they ever get off the ground. Think about how many times you've heard a leader say, "We have the data, we just need to use it better." But when teams actually go looking for that data, they discover duplicates, missing fields, inconsistent naming conventions, and information that hasn't been updated in years. They find customer records that don't match, operational data that doesn't sync, and inspection or maintenance data that lives in formats no modern system can interpret. And when AI models try to make sense of that chaos, they do exactly what you'd expect. They produce unreliable insights, unpredictable outputs, and recommendations that no one can trust. This is the harsh reality. AI doesn't fix bad data, it amplifies it. If your data is biased, your AI will be biased. If your data is incomplete, your predictions will be incomplete. If your data is outdated, your decisions will be outdated. And this is where many businesses hit the wall. They want the benefits of AI, speed, automation, intelligence, but they're trying to build those capabilities on a foundation that simply can't support them. So before we talk about advanced models, copilots, or intelligent automation, we have to confront this foundational truth. Data modernization isn't a technical chore. It's not a back office IT project. It's the strategic prerequisite for everything that comes next. And the companies that understand this, really understand it, are the ones that will move faster, innovate sooner, and lead the next era of digital transformation. Data modernization actually means. When we talk about data modernization, it's easy for the term to sound abstract, like a buzzword floating somewhere between IT strategy and digital transformation. But in reality, data modernization is incredibly concrete. It's the process of rebuilding the foundation your business stands on. It's about taking decades of accumulated information, structured, unstructured, siloed, duplicated, forgotten, and transforming it into a living, connected, intelligent asset that can power the next generation of AI-driven capabilities. This isn't about upgrading a database or migrating a server. It's about rethinking how your business captures, stores, moves, and uses data at every level. At its core, strategic data modernization rests on three pillars. The first is modern data architecture. Most companies are still operating on systems designed for a world that no longer exists. Systems built for batch processing, limited storage, and slow decision cycles. Today's world demands cloud-native platforms that scale instantly, unify data across the enterprise, and support everything from transactional records to sensor streams to video analytics. A modern architecture creates a single, trusted source of truth, one that AI can actually learn from. The second pillar is real-time data pipelines. In the past, businesses could afford to wait hours or days for data to update, not anymore. Intelligent technologies depend on continuous streams of information, data that reflects what's happening right now, not what happened last week. Whether it's the Internet of Things sensors on equipment, inspection data from the field, or either customer interactions across digital channels, real-time pipelines turn raw activity into actionable intelligence. Because in the AI era, speed isn't a luxury. It's the difference between reacting and leading. And the third pillar is data quality and governance, the part no one wants to talk about, but everyone depends on. Clean, accurate, well-labeled data is the lifeblood of AI. Without it, even the most advanced models will stumble. Governance ensures that data is secure, compliant, and trustworthy. It defines who owns it, who can access it, and how it should be used. It creates accountability, and it gives leaders confidence that the insights they're seeing are grounded in reality, not noise. Together, these three pillars form the backbone of strategic data modernization. They transform data from a liability into an asset, from a cost center into a competitive advantage. And once these foundations are in place, AI doesn't just work, it thrives. How? AI supercharges data modernization. One of the biggest misconceptions in the industry is the belief that data modernization must be fully complete before AI can enter the picture. In reality, AI isn't just the destination. It's also one of the most powerful tools for accelerating the journey. Modern AI systems can help businesses clean, classify, and structure their data at a scale and speed that traditional methods could never match. Instead of spending years manually sorting through legacy records, AI can rapidly identify patterns, detect inconsistencies, and bring order to the chaos. It becomes a force multiplier, turning what used to be a slow, painful process into a strategic advantage. AI also transforms how businesses interact with their data. In the past, accessing insights required specialized skills. Data analysts, BAI developers, or IT teams who could build dashboards and run complex queries. Today, natural language interfaces allow anyone in the business to talk to their data. You can ask a question in plain English and receive an answer in seconds. This democratizes intelligence. It removes bottlenecks. It empowers teams across operations, sales, engineering, and leadership to make faster, more informed decisions. AI becomes the bridge between raw information and real-world action. But perhaps the most transformative role AI plays is as a continuous accelerator. As businesses modernize their data, AI models become more accurate, more predictive, and more valuable. And as those models improve, they generate new insights that further refine the data itself. It's a feedback loop, a cycle of improvement where better data leads to better AI, and better AI leads to even better data. This is how companies move from incremental progress to exponential capability. It's how they shift from reactive decision-making to proactive, predictive, and ultimately autonomous operations. In this way, AI doesn't just benefit from data modernization, it actively drives it. It pushes businesses to break down silos, improve governance, and adopt real-time pipelines. It forces clarity, consistency, and accountability. And when these elements come together, AI becomes more than a tool. It becomes a strategic partner, helping businesses unlock the full value of their information and build a foundation strong enough to support the next decade of intelligent transformation. How companies can leap forward. Practical roadmap. Now that we've explored why data modernization matters and how AI accelerates the journey, let's shift into something every business needs: a practical roadmap. Because the businesses that leap forward in the AI era aren't the ones that simply adopt technology. They're the ones that take deliberate, strategic steps to prepare their data foundation. And the first step in that journey is surprisingly simple. You start by understanding what you already have. A comprehensive data audit is the moment of truth. It forces businesses to map their data landscape, what exists, where it lives, who owns it, and how it flows. Most businesses discover that their data environment is far more fragmented than they realized. They find duplicate systems, outdated repositories, and entire categories of information that no one is actively managing. But this clarity is powerful. It gives leaders a baseline, a starting point, and a clear picture of what needs to be modernized first. From there, the next move is all about prioritization. Not every data set needs to be modernized at once. The smartest businesses focus on the areas that unlock the highest value: predictive maintenance, customer insights, supply chain visibility, quality control, workforce augmentation. These are the use cases where AI can deliver immediate impact, and they become the guiding star for modernization efforts. When you modernize with purpose, you accelerate results. The third step is building a modern data platform, a cloud-native architecture that unifies data across the enterprise and supports real-time ingestion. This is where businesses move from scattered systems to a single, trusted data layer. It's where they gain the ability to scale, integrate, and innovate without being held back by legacy constraints. And it's where AI finally has the environment it needs to operate at full strength. But even the best platform won't deliver value without governance and literacy. Data needs rules, ownership, and accountability. Teams need to understand how to interpret it, question it, and trust it. Governance ensures accuracy and security. Literacy ensures adoption and impact. Together, they create a culture where data becomes a shared responsibility, not just an IT concern. And finally, businesses should embrace AI as a partner in the modernization process. AI can clean data, classify it, enrich it, and monitor it for drift or degradation. It can automate the tedious work and accelerate the strategic work. It becomes the engine that helps businesses move faster, smarter, and more confidently into the future. This roadmap isn't theoretical, it's practical, actionable, and proven. And the companies that follow it don't just modernize, they transform. The strategic payoff. When businesses commit to strategic data modernization, the payoff is profound. This isn't just about improving databases or cleaning up spreadsheets. It's about unlocking capabilities that fundamentally change how a business operates. Modernized data becomes the foundation for reliable AI models, real-time decision-making, and predictive intelligence. Suddenly, leaders aren't reacting to yesterday's problems. They're anticipating tomorrow's opportunities. Operations become smoother, risks become more visible, and insights become clearer. The business shifts from being driven by instinct to being powered by intelligence, and the benefits don't stop there. With a modern data foundation, companies can personalize customer experiences, optimize supply chains, and automate complex workflows with confidence. They can deploy AI co-pilots that actually understand the business. They can build digital twins, run simulations, and make decisions based on accurate, unified information. In other words, they move from incremental improvement to exponential capability. They gain speed, agility, and clarity, three qualities that define the leaders of the AI era. But perhaps the most important payoff is strategic resilience. When your data is modernized, you're not just ready for today's AI tools. You're ready for the next wave and the wave after that. And you're prepared for new models, new platforms, new regulations, and new expectations. You're not scrambling to catch up. You're positioned to lead. And that's the real advantage, because in the AI revolution, the businesses that thrive won't be the ones with the most data. They'll be the ones with the most usable data, the ones who built a foundation strong enough to support the future. If you've been following my work, whether it's podcasting, live streaming, or the digital content I produce across platforms, you know I'm always looking for tools that elevate both quality and efficiency. And one of the most powerful tools in my workflow right now is 11 Labs, specifically their Creator Plan. The Creator Plan gives you access to some of the most advanced AI voice technology available today. We're talking natural, expressive, studio-grade voice generation that's perfect for narration, promos, training content, and even multilingual delivery. It's fast, it's flexible, and it integrates seamlessly into a modern creator's production pipeline. Whether you're building a brand, producing educational content, or scaling your digital presence, 11 Labs gives you the ability to sound polished, consistent, and professional every single time. If you're ready to take your audio production to the next level, I highly recommend checking out the 11 Labs Creator Plan for yourself. My referral link to set up your account and save a little money when you pay for a plan, well, that link is in this episode's description, so take a moment to explore what 11 Labs can do for your content. The Creator Plan isn't one of those tools that doesn't just improve your workflow, it transforms it. Create smarter, create faster, create with 11 Labs. And now, let's close out this episode. The future belongs to the data ready. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with a simple but powerful truth. The AI revolution will not reward the biggest companies, the loudest companies, or even the most technologically ambitious companies. It will reward the most prepared. And preparation begins with data, not just collecting it, not just storing it, but modernizing it, treating it as a strategic foundation for every intelligent capability your business hopes to build. Because when your data is modern, unified, and trustworthy, AI becomes more than a tool. It becomes a catalyst. It becomes the engine that accelerates decision-making, strengthens operations, and unlocks new opportunities that were invisible before. But when your data is fragmented or outdated, AI becomes unpredictable, unreliable, and ultimately unusable. The difference between success and struggle in this new era comes down to the quality, accessibility, and readiness of your information. So as you think about your business's future, ask yourself, are we building on a foundation strong enough to support the next decade of intelligent transformation? If the answer is yes, then you're already ahead of the curve. If the answer is no, or even I'm not sure, then now is the time to act. Modernize your data, strengthen your governance, build real-time pipelines, and embrace AI not just as a destination, but as a partner in the journey. Thank you for joining me on this episode of The Digital Revolution with Jim Kunkel. Please remember to stay curious, stay forward-looking, and most importantly, stay data-ready. The future is being built right now, and the businesses that prepare their data today will be the ones leading tomorrow.